Hello, everyone. Welcome to our episode of SRB Gaming. I am Kristen, and on today's episode, we're taking a look at the Sony State of Play for March 9th, 2022. And on today's episode, I am joined once again by Richard from nerdyshiqueuniverse. Say hi, Richard.
What's up, you beautiful nerds? How y'all doing?
So apologies for Richard's cam quality issues. His webcam decided to be an asshole after the Zoom update, so we're just going to roll with it here on this episode. So, of course, we haven't got a state of play we got was about 4 months ago. It was a decent state of play, but nothing really, I want to say nothing really much was announced, but it was a decent enough one. That's what it is usually with these Sony ones. It's usually a mixed bag, unlike the direct ones, which majority of the time it's pretty decent. Now, we had an amazing Nintendo Direct recently, which you can check out myself and Nancy, Stellar Nan, pretty much on the channel. We react to it. It was really well done. Here, we've already confirmed it's roughly 20 minutes. It will be primarily focusing on their Japanese developers, as well as a couple other non-Japanese developers apparently as well. We will get nothing in regards to the recently announced PlayStation VR 2 as well. They did confirm that. I may have been spoiled by one thing because I accidentally checked my emails while waiting for Richard to get back home to do this. But other than that, I have no idea what to expect. I know a lot of people, because the big thing that dropped yesterday, aside from the Evo announcements, was Square Enix revealed their Final Fantasy 35th anniversary website, which includes a bunch of upcoming games and stuff, and then promising more to come. So at the very least, people are expecting Final Fantasy 16 news because that got pushed back a bit because of the pandemic, as well as Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin, which Richard, you were here for the initial announcement for, they did release. Not only is right around the corner from being officially released, but there is a new demo that was just launched for the game. I've seen the trailers. I played the demo myself, and it doesn't have my interest really. I mean, I know a lot of people are probably psyched by like the origin story of Garland, but like nothing from the game has made me excited to feel that origin story. How about you, Richard?
I gotta admit, I've always kind of liked a lot of the lore stuff. I mean, you remember I really loved playing the Dissidia games. And they did do some fun stuff with Garland back in the first two games, in the original and in the Duodecim prequel mess there. But so yeah, I got no problems with that, especially considering that it's Final Fantasy 1 and it was kind of a basic story and they only did like kind of the most generic stuff and kept it pretty simple originally. So if they want, I was going to say out of all the villains, he's one that you could expand on and maybe find some interesting stuff, especially with the whole time loop eventually becoming Chaos, who's like, and Chaos is a recurring character throughout the series, usually as a summon or some kind of super boss or something. So, if not both. So,
yeah.
It's interesting. I've been interested by the idea of like kind of the Soulsborne style of play. It's just Bloodborne I'm kind of interested in. I do still have the free copy I got from when they put it up for free on PlayStation Plus, but I still haven't actually given it a shot yet. But I was going to say, if there's anything that might get people into it, if it's not, the regular From Software guys, I was going to say, Square Enix Final Fantasy kind of a good entry point for a lot of folks who might find it interesting, but just, aren't sucked in by the name. Too much of the reputation around the prepare to die stuff.
Right.
I'm interested to see what they have to say about it.
Of course, I think it's definitely. Well, yeah, we can see some more from Stranger of Paradise. Even though that's right around the corner. Of course, Final Fantasy 16 is the big one. A lot of people are psyched for that they've showing something of. Of course, this one we haven't seen any. We haven't. I would say we haven't seen. We've heard news on it. But we haven't seen any substantial stuff involving a game since the initial price and date reveal for the first PlayStation showcase, as it were. That was the last time we actually got any actual gameplay of the game. So now we've been waiting for a while. Of course, it's supposed to be the final chapter of the Nova Chrysalis Saga, pretty much the Crystal Saga. They've been doing, it's supposed to be the final chapter of it.
Fabula Nova Crystal.
Yeah, that.
Nova Crystallis. That was the ridiculous name they came up with.
Yes, supposed to be final chapter, as well as this is being done by the Final Fantasy 14 online team. So the Rome Reborn team, pretty much. So, like, I mean, gameplay wise, it looked pretty dope initially. I'm hoping for more overall to see what else it could bring. I know a lot of people are psyched. We're going back to medieval times, unlike 15, which was driving around with your buddies. But yeah, I guess that's all the talk I got. I don't know what we're getting here. I know Resident Evil Village, I know did announce DLC back at E3. So maybe we'll get something from that. Looking forward to that. Anything you may be looking forward to, Richard?
I mean, I've been pretty busy with work lately, so I haven't been able to really keep up with a lot of the news. So, I mean, I'm honestly going to be kind of surprised. I'm really just hoping that it's good stuff, not just that, that it's, I just hope that it's interesting,
Mm-hmm.
That it's not just more announcements of the same boring cookie cutter stuff that we see all the time,
Well, on the positive side, Deathloop already came out, so we don't have to worry about Deathloop showing up anymore.
Before anyone gets snarky about Final Fantasy, I'm not talking about that. I know, right? Everyone kept talking about that. It's like, come on, guys.
Right. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's the other thing. Anything they do talk about can actually.
Oh, I think we lost me. There you are. Say again.
So yeah, I lost your audio for a second. Your audio stopped at so. So what did you? So were you?
No, we're just gonna get
started up.
Yes, I was just gonna get right into that. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoy our reactions to the March 9th, 2022 State of Play, which we're gonna start on Go. So you're set on your end where I told you to be?
My it's like I'm at the timestamp and my finger is on the mouse.
It says starting in 5 seconds for you, right?
Starting in 5 seconds, and I'm hovering over the play button. My finger is on the mouse.
Okay, so on Go. So 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, let's see what we get. Ooh, go get kinky stuff. Let's rate him. Okay, I already know what.
I am Ivy.
Matrix City. Okay.
Here's today's dinosaur forecast. A
Dinosaur forecast?
Residents in the affected area have been
What the fuck?
And a team of exo fighters has been dispatched.
Warframe ripoff? What the hell is this?
Vortex warning has been issued.
I mean, like, guys, come on. I play Warframe. This is looking awful Warframe. I mean, that basically is a Warframe right there. And we're getting spillings from the Dark Dimension.
No,
and
fuck?
the Dark Dimension.
Is it just
dropped
a giant look, a giant black orb it's Capcom. What the fuck?
Oh my god, is this like a new Dino Crisis game? I'd love that.
No, is it that one game, Pragmata?
I make a sensitive situation.
I swear to God, if they say Dino Crisis, I'm gonna call bullshit.
IBS's latest dinosaur forecasts and exosuit technology.
Why did they say Dino Forecast? Like it rains T-Rexes every other day.
Dude, those are like, these are freaking Warframes here. I'm not kidding. I'm getting flashbacks, man. To a game I already played. Granted,
I'm
it's
trying to
still
figure out what
fun.
this
I mean, they don't
is.
let you fight dinosaurs, so...
Meanwhile,
This is.
IBS continues to recruit candidates.
I swear to God, if they say it's Dino Crisis, I'm done. I'm fucking done. Or a Lost Planet Dinosaur Edition?
Hell, if anything, that just makes me more in. Warframe doesn't let you fight dinosaurs yet. It's like DE, get on that, by the way.
Yeah. Exoprimal. Okay.
That's a name.
Another exo fighter recruit, right? Welcome to IBS.
2023. Wait. Was that Pragmata?
With more announcements and updates for your favorite games.
I mean, they never
We
confirmed
just
that was
saw
the
debut
actual
of
official
Exoprimal,
name
a
of the
brand
game.
new IP from
I think,
Capcom.
so.
It hits
So-
PS4 and PS5 next year. Next up, let's get some eye-popping updates for some fan favorites launching soon.
Ah. That doesn't count as Japanese. Technically, they did say some of the stuff will be non-Japanese developers. But technically, this is Japanese developer. Yeah, I know you haven't caught up, but basically they have like a month ago they showed gameplay. They actually showed gameplay, in-game gameplay of this game already. Like they had like a whole 25-minute developer diary about it.
I think I saw some of that floating around. I just haven't had a chance to check it out.
I mean, the game itself looks fun. I mean, I'm still just getting Japan Dishonored vibes from it.
Oh,
Right.
that's pretty cool if the guy's using Omnio magic, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That like Japanese Shinto priest stuff where you would see them like do the thing with all that and then like throw a paper talisman on something. That's usually what everyone. I mean, that's kind of like the roots of like a lot of it.
Yeah. So it looks like you have.
Was there something to this guy?
So it looks like you have somebody inside you that helps you with your abilities.
I kind of find it funny that they did include one of the modern Japanese yokai in there with Hashaka-sama, the lady in white with the wide brimmed hat, who also, funny enough, was also the inspiration for Lady Demonstress back in RE8.
March 25th. A couple weeks. Okay, what's it?
Interested?
Ah, there it is. Stranger of Paradise.
I'll say it looks very good.
It looks better, but it still looks rough overall. You know, it does seem like your kind of game, though. That's not a knock against it, but this seems like your kind of game, though. Like, the music's still fucking dope. See, and that's it. New demo. That's all we get. Just a new demo.
Visit PlayStation Store to download a new demo
Oh,
for
yeah, it
Stranger
does.
of Paradise, Final
It
Fantasy.
looks like my kind of game. It looks like exactly what I'd love to play.
Now, let's jump
Yeah.
into the world of Forspoken.
Yeah,
with
this
some
got
all-new
delayed.
gameplay.
This is the Isekai one.
Right,
This-
I remember seeing stuff for this one.
Yeah, this.
I think we
this
saw it
one-
on one of the other videos. Yeah.
Yeah, this one got delayed to October. It was supposed to be this spring, but it got pushed back to October. Yeah, this is from the Final Fantasy 15 dev team.
I mean, I'm okay with it getting delayed if it means it's not going to be, an ultra buggy pile of crap. No,
I think the only
it means we
issue,
actually get.
yeah, the only issue that's been with it, from what I've heard, is just frame rate issues. That's really it. Other than that, a lot of people are like, it looks nice. Like the it goes flying around this area alone is what's been getting the most rave reviews for the game. Yeah, see, just going traversing is what a lot of people have loved about it so far.
Well, because
And to even confirm, there's no.
one of the big problems.
Sorry, go on.
I was going to say one of the big problems with big open world games is they're not always fun to get around. Just but this looks fun.
Yeah.
You know, the way you're kind of like you're kind of flash step parkour.
Yeah. They even confirmed there's
all over the
no.
place. I'm cool with that. You know. And
Yeah. They even
you can use basically Blizzaga spells to create a surfboard.
Mm-hmm. They even
so yeah, you were now back to what you were.
Sorry. They confirmed that there's no physical combat in this game. Every single thing you do against enemies is magic based. I see they push it, to October 11th now.
That was a new look.
I'm fine with that. Maybe
PS5
I'll actually be able to get a
Forspoken
PS5
from
by that
Luminous
point.
Productions.
Oh, but then 2 weeks later, dude, Gotham
Let's check out
Knights.
some 6v6 action in Gundam Evolution. A
Ooh, what's
fast-paced
this?
multiplayer shooter coming to PS4 and PS5
Gundam
later
Evolution.
this year.
Oh, new Gundam game?
I mean, I know they're coming out with
Game?
a
Okay.
I know they're
Go
coming
on.
out with SD Gundam game, so. Is this a first
Like, okay,
person?
guys.
Welcome to the battlefield. Oh my god, is this Gundam Battle Royale? It's a first-person gun. Is this a first-person Gundam Battle Royale game? 3 competitive game modes. Point capture. Oh yeah, domination. Destruction. It's a, they're making a online multiplayer Gundam game from the looks of things. I don't think it's Battle Royale, but it's definitely a Gundam multiplayer game. But in first person though, which is odd because like it's Gundam, you want to see what your guy looks like. Yeah, look, you got classic Gundam, you got some other Gundams. I don't know about Gundams.
I mean, well, these are all mainly. All of these designs are mainly from the Universal Century, the original timeline. Yeah, this isn't where like Gundam Wing or G Gundam come in. Universal Century is where most
Network
of
tech
these
for
things-
US and Japan coming spring 2022.
Yeah, that's mean.
Ooh, hold on a sec.
Yeah, I recognize that music, dude. It's like, are we?
What the
Are they
fuck? It's a
Are they
collection.
seriously saying?
It's a collection of the classic freaking TMNT games.
I gotta hear
Tournament
because I'm hearing the
Fighters.
music play.
Holy shit, Tournament Fighters, the original arcade. Wow. What was it called? The Cowabunga collection?
Yeah.
So that's not that. Wow, look at that shit. All the vintage 2022.
Oh yes, all of your NES, Super NES, Genesis collection, it's all there. From the looks of it. Okay, interesting. An off-brand Godzilla kaiju game. I gotta admit, intriguing. Looks fun. Looks cheap.
GigaBash. I think I've heard of that. Yeah, it's a big old kaiju.
I mean,
Kaiju Brawler
mean, sure, if
GigaBash comes to PS4 and
it's-
PS5 later this year.
if the gameplay
Next,
is
a fan
solid
favorite
on
fighting
this
game
thing,
makes a
then
beautiful
I'm,
and bizarre return.
then
Oh, dude,
then
did
it
you hear
really
what he
doesn't matter
said?
that-
Quit talking for a sec. Did you hear what he said? They're making a beautiful and bizarre return. A fighting game is making a beautiful and bizarre return.
yeah, I see what it's doing right now. yeah, I'm familiar with the. Yeah, I'm familiar with this.
Yeah, give me a bit. Oh, this is a new. Yeah, it's a new JoJo fighting game.
Oh, hold on, there was a game that looked. No, wait, hold on. Oh no, it's 2D fighter. This is.
Looks like a 3D
Well, actually,
fighter.
this is a re-release of. Well, the last JoJo's game was technically a 3D fight. So I'm just trying to see if this is a re-release of that, or if this is an actual sequel. Because the last one actually did go up through the current season of
Yeah. Show your
Yeah, so we had the
resolve.
female JoJo up there. She was the latest generation for that. So Jolene was the latest one in that one.
R.
All-Star Battle.
JoJo's
Yeah.
Reserve R. Interesting.
Now, what I'm wondering is sequel or is this just a
50
remake?
available player. Oh, early fall. All-Star Battle.
Because that's what the name of the
next two
previous
games
one
will
was
take you
All-Star
beyond
Battle.
life
So I'm
and
trying to
death.
figure out is this like a re-release like Persona 5 Royal with some extra content, or is this
We'll find
an
out. Dude,
actual
we'll find,
full-blown?
Richard. We'll find out after. I'll do some research. Because I remember this game. This was at the Devolver presentation. The 2D black and white samurai game. Trek to Yomi. Yeah, that's what it was called.
Yeah, I've heard about this one. This one sounds pretty fun. Like you basically get to play an Akira Kurosawa movie. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, the premise is basically you go off to train to get revenge for your fallen master, pretty much, and now you're back to help protect like a small village or something. This is like
So
really
my
dope.
Kurosawa comparison is apt. Clearly, we're adding a few things, though. Kurosawa Netflix never had the trippy landscapes or freaking zombies or rewind time.
Still looks pretty dope.
Looks fun, though. Yeah.
Starring.
Huh. Nice. Dang.
Hiroki Kono. Oh shit! I know that name. I know that name.
I don't like all these names, man. This is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, Hiroki Goto. If I'm thinking of the same Hiroki Goto, that's a New Japan Pro Wrestler, Hiroki Goto. Okay, let's see.
Trapped in an endless cycle.
Ooh, Returnal.
Fighting,
Is this Returnal DLC?
returning,
I still want to
Always
play
the
this
same.
game. It's pretty dope. It looks pretty dope.
yet always changing. Astra, I'm not alone. Not anymore.
What? Oh shit! They're adding co-op. Oh shit! They're adding co-op to the game.
Now I stand before the endless tower.
Endless.
Climb
Damn.
the Sisyphus.
Ooh,
deep.
they're adding a new area, like a new tower mode.
No matter how high I climb, the challenge begins again.
New weapons, a new tower mode, co-op. Because they already confirmed their next game, the developer's next game, is not a sequel to this game, but a different title.
Seeking Ascension. My release is within this tower.
To be fair, from what I heard about this game,
and
it
I
really
will find it.
didn't need a sequel. At least not right away. If anything, just some added content in this form, some new gameplay modes and stuff to, some updates.
Ascension.
Just to keep.
March 22nd. Holy
Just
shit,
keep
that's
it
right
in-
around the corner.
Housemarque is bringing campaign co-op and a mysterious new survival mode
Campaign
to Returnal
co-op.
Ascension. A free update hitting this March.
The Tower of
It's
Sisyphus.
almost
Yeah,
time to
that's
sign off, but before we do,
a little
let's
on
get a
the
first
nose
look
there,
at
but
two brand new
I'm okay
games
with that.
coming from Square Enix.
Ooh, new Square Enix titles.
Is this really what you want?
And you are certain that what we are doing is best for the people of the kingdom?
Yes. I suppose it would, in a sense.
that first heart style. I'm trying to figure out.
Yes.
Trying to figure out what that was.
It made me wonder. Am I still that same person?
They didn't say new IPs, they said new
era of
title.
myths gives way to an era of great turmoil. The continent was ravaged by the devastating war between the Empire and the
Title,
Alliance.
so I find it very interesting that looks
One
an
nation remained
Oh,
unaffected
never
by
mind.
the chaos. The Kingdom of Alatane, Ward of the August,
Kingdom
looked
of-
destined to have its soil
I
stained
feel like I've
with
heard
the
all this
blood of
before.
battle.
We've finally been called up. We're up against the Empire's main army.
We are to eradicate every last Imperial who comes ashore. Keep focused.
Come on, everyone!
Is this a new? Okay, it's a tactics game.
And now you will die.
Do you really have such a yearning for war? I can't comprehend it.
I'm trying to figure this out.
Hi, Bahamut.
Yeah, is this a new Final Fantasy Tactics game?
What shall we do now?
I certainly freaking hope so.
Dude, this looks like a fucking new tactic
This
Final
is our
Fantasy
chance while
Tactics
they're all
game.
assembled.
That's what the art style was reminding me of. I was just, but then they started talking, so I was like, I'm
All
gonna
the
shut
more
up and
reason
let
to
them talk
avoid
first.
bloodshed.
But yeah, this is looking an awful lot like
It also
tactics.
likely means that we're in danger. I suppose it is the only way for us to survive.
It's like, so are we going back to Evilise again? That'd be pretty fun.
No, the DioField Chronicle.
Oh, that's a name.
Chronicle. It said 2022, and he said 2 titles they were going to show off. I mean, we're down to the end, so. In the unjust world, what will you choose?
If the will to fight still lingers within you, then accept my offer and join me.
Fuck is this?
I don't know, but I know a hack and slash when I see it.
Heed my words.
Valkyrie. No! You don't think. I mean, is that Square? Is that
Valkyrie
Square?
profile game now.
On the brink of an
That can't be Square, can it?
I think it was. I think
I don't
it
remember.
was. I mean, don't forget they've made a lot of acquisitions in the last few years, so they could.
Looks pretty dope. I'm trying to figure out what the hell it is. It is Valkyrie Elysium. Oh shit. And that's coming out this year as well.
Efforts to remain undetected are lacking. Reveal yourself. Who are you?
I don't know who you are.
That's all for today. We'll see you soon with another
What?
State of Play.
That's it? I mean... Okay.
They're gonna save the big reveals for E3, around TGS time, or they'll do another State of Play thing in a few months.
Right.
I was gonna say
that-
because probably there's nothing Final Fantasy related ready to show. That wouldn't just be them showing the same shit they already did.
Okay, so I gotta transition. So that was the State of Play for March 9th, 2022. And well, for one thing, definitely taking it back about what we saw. Fuck it, I did not call a new Valkyria game. That was Valkyria. I'm sorry, I recognize the font. that was a new Valkyrie game. Valkyrie profile game. Wow, a new Valkyrie game. I wasn't calling that one. But let's get started with the beginning. Our first up was Exoprimal, which looks to be a big old co-op dino survival style game from Capcom coming next year. Yeah, it's dinosaurs raining from the sky. Richard, go on.
I know I was already saying this during my actual reaction to this. Yes, it does look an awful lot like Warframe, guys. I admit that, because I play that game. I like that game, but so a lot of that was looking kind of familiar. But at the same time, I mean, they don't let you fight dinosaurs in that game. And I mean, granted, that's just based on the pure aesthetic look. That doesn't actually mean that that Capcom, is not going to actually do some creative stuff with it. It's Capcom. They know how to do creative stuff with this stuff. So I got to say, they certainly have my attention.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
I'm gonna be paying attention to that now. I'm definitely very curious about that title.
Yeah, you're gonna be paying very close attention to a game that's not the game you usually play a lot. Even though it looks like the game you usually play a lot.
I mean, hell, if it's fun, and I mean, the reason I play Warframe is because it's fun. I like playing it because it's fun. That simple as that. I mean, early on you got to work at it. You got to put some work in and put some time and effort in, but it's still fun, and it's not like the journey there is bad.
Yeah, 2023 was for it. Capcom's doing it. Yeah, it looks like Left 4 Dead, but with dinosaurs. But we already had, but Capcom's doing it. And the lady they show talking with red hair, all remind me of Regina from the Dino Crisis.
I was gonna say that it's like the fact that it didn't say it was a new Dino Crisis game. It's like, okay, well, it's definitely pulling a lot from Dino Crisis. I mean, the one kind of magenta-haired lady's outfit looks an awful lot like Regina's old suit from the first couple of games.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's just very much the look they're going for. And again, it's like, we're shooting dinosaurs. It's like,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
But also embracing, they might be like, hey, here's something, that this is kind of what people are wanting to play right now. And who knows, maybe we might still see a Dino Crisis reboot at some point where they just take the new RE engines and use them for that.
Right. Next up, we got a quick look at Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin. Not much new to really show. I know this is your first time seeing new footage from the game since we saw the demo, the announcement, stuff like that. Comes out next week or so. There is a demo out that was just released before the State of Play came out, so enjoy. But yeah, looks like your kind of game. I think this didn't really sell anything else for me. I already know what the game's all about, things like that. So, did you have any thoughts on it based on what you saw?
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely a lot more interested now. I'm probably going to go and download that demo once we're done here.
Mm-hmm.
Go and give that a shot. I mean, because it did say PS4 and PS5, right?
Yeah.
It's coming out for both? Okay.
Yeah, it's coming out for both.
Okay, good. Well, and with the demo, too, I'm just saying, because, I mean, I know the game might be, but they might have only released the demo on one. That's why I'm a little concerned.
Right. So next up, we got Forspoken. As I said before, this is the one that got delayed till October, and now it is delayed till October, and they showed new footage. It still looks really dope. The exploration, the traversal seems really hyped. Did you have any other thoughts on this one?
Well, I will say, traversal definitely looks fun. I like the idea of using magic as your various forms of attack. I mean, it makes sense if you're kind of doing the whole, isekai. I've been zapped from the modern world into this one, and I have a ton of new crazy powers. It's like, makes sense that this would just be a regular squishy person like us who doesn't, wield Buster swords or anything like that. That they need to kind of rely on the magic. So, but the other thing is because it's an open world game, like I was kind of saying, like my reaction was kind of saying during the actual thing. One of the most important things with an open world game, especially nowadays with how big they can make them, is you either need to kind of contain your open world and, so that when you're running around it, it's not terribly boring to do.
Yeah.
Or if you're going to make it wide and expansive, traversal needs to be fun. And the traversal looks fun. So, I'm, second they put a demo out for this thing, I'm going to check it out. And it's definitely a game that I want to give a try. I'm just, I want to actually, kind of have it in my hands first before I commit to a full purchase.
Okay.
Get a feel for it,
Right. Sorry, I'm already up on some other news we're going to talk about in a sec. So next up, we got Gundam Evolution, which looks to be a big online first-person multiplayer game featuring Gundam. They showed off a few modes, pretty standard online multiplayer modes you've seen before in other games. They showed only a small handful of the Gundams and the Zeta. Is that the Zeta? I forgot the name of them. But
Zeta's still part of the Universal Century timeline. That's the one, the original Mobile Suit Gundam, like where Amuro and Char come from. That's where most.
It just showed.
Place.
It showed like a small handful of both sides of it, and it showed some stuff you can do with it. It is weird that it's first person because it's a Gundam game, and I mean, a lot of people want to see their Gundams.
Well, actually, the thing is based on some of the gameplay I've seen around on YouTube and stuff. It was actually kind of reminding me of like that Halo Infinite stuff I've been seeing going around because I'm not really an Xbox player, but I don't know. They might be kind of trying to go for a trend like that. A fun, just a fun cooperative first-person shooter type thing, like Halo was doing.
Yeah, as right now, they only go on.
And Gundam is a more Sony friendly brand than other stuff, so. Makes sense. I mean, Sony tends to get a lot of Gundam stuff kind of exclusively for them, so it makes sense.
Yeah, so one thing to note, too, is we only saw 2 maps. We saw them fighting on a base on the moon, and then one on Earth. That's the only 2 maps confirmed, I guess. And they confirmed there is a beta coming later this spring, which looking forward to. You're probably looking forward to.
Yeah, I got it, man. I'll definitely check it out. But yeah, I'm guessing with this whole open beta thing, they're probably at least another year off before the thing's actually ready for full release. So it's probably why they're doing the beta, because they can stress test and figure out like what exactly is working and what's not. Like I said, a lot of the other shooters do that too, so I wouldn't be surprised.
So next up, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection, which, according to One Ray Online, includes 13 classic TMNT titles from this series, first start. So I'm going to look up the list. We did see it. Of course, we saw some familiar ones because we've all played at least 1 or 2 on there, So let me see. I'm going to see if I can read off the list. We got 13. Okay, so this lineup includes the arcade version of TMNT, the arcade version of Turtles in Time, the NES version of TMNT, NES version of TMNT 2, the arcade game, was it TMNT 3, the Manhattan Project, TMNT, I'm just going to say Tournament Fighters. I'm going to say the subtitles. Tournament Fighters, the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time, the Super Nintendo version of Tournament Fighters, Hyperstone Heist for Genesis, Tournament Fighters for Genesis, Fall of the Foot Clan for Game Boy, Back to the Sewers for Game Boy, and Radical Rescue for Game Boy as well. So it does look like it's pulling that what was it? That Aladdin Lion King collection they did a while back, where it's different versions of the same game, because there were definitely differences between the games as well. So I mean, okay, so let me see. I guess aside from the repeats, I would say it's not 13, it's more like 8 to 10. You know, like 8 to 10, 8 to 9. You know.
Yeah, because they're like because there's a couple of repeats in there. It's like I don't know if I'd really call that a full 13 games just because you got a couple of different versions on there, you know. What? Sorry, phone fell over again.
There will also be. Hold on, thought.
It's okay, folks. I'll be right back. Yeah, I mean,
oh.
All right, welcome back, dude.
Okay, sorry about that. Dog was barking at nothing like usual. So let me see. Okay, so the other thing was they confirmed the Japanese versions of the games will be included, as well as, of course, online support for the co-op titles, which is pretty much all of them, except for the Game Boy ones. I'll ask you. I mean, we've played Turtles in Time. I mean,
yeah, we have.
I mean, how does this feel for you? How does this feel for you?
I'm pretty excited. Hell, that'll be another great thing for whenever we do whenever we have to do the, like the Discord parties or something, because we can't all get together at the same time,
Yeah, I mean, 2022 this year, full retro collection of the classic, like up until it goes from Game Boy to SNES and Genesis. So, because let's be honest, it's about there where the quality kind of dips for TMNT for quite a while.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't even remember them really releasing anything on PlayStation, Saturn, Dreamcast era. I don't even remember them releasing anything back then.
Don't know about PlayStation 1, but I do know there was PS2. There was a couple PS2 titles because that was around the time the Foxbox cartoon came out for it.
Yeah, the 03 version that they based that CGI movie on.
They did. Then, of course, on PC and PS3 was the CG movie they did. Then, of course, we got. I can't believe Platinum did a TMNT co-op game and fucking failed. I don't get that. No, the other. Before we start, I'm just listing these off. What was the other one? There was like they tried to do a remake of Turtles in Time and that flopped. Because it was just a very basic remake of it and it didn't. So with this coming out, with Shredder's Revenge being done by some guys who are really good at doing some classic retro styles, I mean, it's great time to be a TMNT fan. I mean, is there anything TMNT related coming out movie-wise? I mean, yeah, they're still working on the Seth Rogen TMNT movie as well, whenever that happens. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's one of the bigger surprises of this compared to everything else. Because this is Konami. I mean, Jesus Christ, think about that. Konami just showed off a game. Now, mind you, a retro pack game, but it's Konami. These are guys who went, you want a Silent Hill game? No. You want Kojima to do a Metal Gear Solid 5 fully and proper? No. These are the guys who do pachinko shit nowadays, who aren't, and they're doing this collection. They're allowing this collection. Let's leave it at that. They're allowing this collection to happen. So I mean,
yeah, all they did was just sign some paperwork,
and it's being done by Digital Eclipse, who have experience working on retro packs for I know they did work on one for Street Fighter as well. I don't think it was very well received, from what I remember, but they know how to do retro shit. So
yeah. Like I said, Konami just signed the paperwork on this one, just saying, yeah, fine, we want our cut. that's all that really happened there. Or these guys, Digital Eclipse, they're the ones who actually give a damn about trying to do something.
You should look up, because they also, when they announced Street Fighter 6 about a couple weeks ago, they also announced a Capcom fighting collection that includes all the Darkstalkers games, all the Vampire Savior games. The one fighting game Jin from MVC2 was in, was it Hyper Street Fighter 2, Super Gem Fighter, and Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo. And it comes out, I believe it comes out this summer too. I believe, yeah, this summer too. Yeah, they announced that, and then they showed off Street Fighter 6 for like 5 seconds. Okay, so moving on, GigaBash. This was already announced prior. This is a big kaiju battle game. So I mean, if you're a fan of when they got the kaiju games right, like on the game for the Godzilla on GameCube, I think this is right up your alley. Or if you're a fan of that PS2 classic War of the Monsters, I think this will be good for you as well.
Gotta admit, I did like both of those games. I was gonna say, I mean, it'll depend on if they actually got the gameplay solid, because I admit I joked about it looking kind of cheap, but honestly, that's part of the appeal with kaiju.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But also, I mean, as long as they made a solid game underneath it, it really doesn't matter how it looked.
Right.
The most important thing would be if it plays well.
Let's see.
So that's my 2 cents on it. Is
okay. So
I wanted to play it.
So now to clarify with you, because you're wondering, because our next game is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R is a HD remake of the PS3 version. It says here they are tweaking some of the gameplay mechanics, and they are including the recent batch posts that didn't show up till after the game was launched and after whatever DLC was for it are all going to be included, fully dubbed by the voice actors themselves as well. Of course, we saw that already because the new female JoJo from, was it Diamond is Unbreakable, is in this.
I'm
asking you.
I think it's Stone Ocean is the
Stone Ocean. Thank you, Stone Ocean.
Where she's in the prison. Jolene. Jolene. She's from Stone Ocean. So
okay, so it adds 10 more characters to the game. The initial had 40, which was, dude, going through fuel, which PS3 version was 8 years ago. Yeah,
wow,
8 years.
Really was. You're right. It was that long ago. I
8 years ago, but it's going to add 50, of course, pulling characters from the Stone Ocean arc, and of course the manga. I guess manga characters haven't been unveiled in the anime yet as well. The game also combines aspects of each of the series' power systems, giving some of the early characters sees Hamon powers. Later characters get the stance that the series is famous for, and characters from Steel Ballroom even get mounted forms.
Nice.
So the new version of the game also adds made voice actors from the anime. Since the original game was released in 2013, damn, it was 9 years actually, when the anime was still only on its full season. The cast featured main actors that are different from their anime counterparts. This is by made character Praise Rose, though they haven't fully revealed a full cast list yet for this. Yeah, but dude, your thoughts? It's an HD remake of a game that came out roughly 8-9 years ago. 10 more characters. All the 40 current characters are all getting revamped with abilities and attacks they didn't have in the original release. I mean, and sorry if you're wondering, Switch, PS5, PS4, PC, and the Xbox.
So everyone's getting this one, not just Sony, but of course Sony wants to show it off. Okay. I gotta admit, yeah, that is pretty cool, especially since I really only ever got to play it whenever we got to go to those certain either at the conventions or whenever they did gaming night over at one of the local places back then. So
yeah,
so I gotta admit I haven't had a lot of time with this game. So the fact that they're putting it out there, it makes it a little easier for me to play it now. So that's appreciated.
Yeah,
because I mean I like JoJo, so I mean I would love to have a chance to play this game.
Yeah. For this, when I was saying which one was kind of spoiled for me, it was this one, but I didn't know exactly what it was. The email caption wasn't really clear on what it was, so I was assuming Capcom was pulling out the long dormant JoJo Capcom game they haven't re-released in fucking ages. So like that's what
they do need to
thought it
re-release
was.
that because that's a damn good game.
I didn't know what it was, so like when I saw that, it's cool. Okay, so Trek to Yomi. Not only showed new footage from the game, but also unveiled the voice cast, the Japanese voice cast. So, you say you were familiar with some of the names. Now let's go over some of the names. So we got Masayuki Kato. Was that a name you recognize?
I know I've heard it before. I'm blank. I gotta admit, for most of them, I'm kind of blanking on where I recognize most of them from, but I know I've heard these names before.
Don't worry. This is what somebody invented IMDb for. They'll check on that. Masayuki Kato. Oh wow. All right. Somebody spelled it wrong. Okay. They voiced Urien in Street Fighter V. They voiced Schmidt in Sword Art Online. Let me see. They voiced Hagoromo in Shippuden. I don't remember who Hagoromo was. You're looking around like you don't know. Like,
well, I was recognizing the first couple. It's like, okay, Urien, I remember. I remember Schmidt from Sword Art. Okay, it's like I'm remembering these lines. Then you said the dude from Shippuden, and I'm like, okay, now I'm lost.
Oh, it's Sage of Six Paths. It's the voice actor for Sage of Six Paths.
Cool.
Okay.
Right, that was his name. I just don't remember because everyone kept on calling him the Sage of Six Paths. No one ever actually referred to him by his name except for like.
Okay.
I think Kaguya did at some point near the end of the freaking show, but that was
Then we got Sarah Emmy Bridcut, which is the most not Japanese name I've ever heard of. She plays Min in The Rising of the Shield Hero.
Ooh, that's cool.
What's it? She voices Onigashima from Komi Can't Communicate.
I've been trying to catch up with that. It's just that I was waiting for them to get the dub out so that Mari and I could watch it easier for her.
But you do know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then they also voiced Mirula from Redo of Healer. Okay.
So, I haven't seen that one, but I recognize the first two. And actually, the one from Rising of the Shield Hero, her name is pronounced Mine. I know it's weird.
I apologize. I should have said that prior. If I fucking any these up, you can blame somebody.
No, it's fine, dude. I know it's spelled weird. They say it, the way they say it in the show doesn't necessarily match how it's spelled.
Okay, so next up we have Hiroshi Shirokuma, voice Wayne in Project Sylphid, voice Ane Gakoji from Sengoku Basara Samurai Heroes, Toki from Naruto. Let's see, Beifon from Tales of Arise. Let's see, Riz from Beastars.
Yeah.
Voices here. This one you know. This one you'll probably know. Voices Totetsu from Yashahime.
Yeah, I was already recognizing it when you were saying a bunch of the other ones too. But yeah, that's why I recognize this guy. It's because I remember him from these ones.
And even voices Golem Megiddo from Kamen Rider Saber.
Nice. Haven't seen that one yet, but that's cool to know.
Okay, this next one I may know. I just got to confirm on IMDb. But I've heard his name before. I'm very familiar with his non-voice work, as it were. Is this who I'm thinking of? Or is this... Okay, it's a different person. I got overhyped for...
Not the same Hiroki Goto from New Japan.
No, it's not. This one voices Junkrat in Overwatch. Voices Driver in the Tiger and Bunny movie. That's what it says, Driver. Oh, and it's voices Operator in Space Dandy.
Okay, I remember the Operator from Space Dandy. That's pretty cool.
And last but not least, Akio Otsuka. So sorry if I'm butchering any of these names, folks. Let me see what we got. Okay. The voice of Bato from Ghost in the Shell.
Nice.
First one that pops up. They voice Bato. And they voiced Old Snake in Metal Gear Solid 4, the Japanese dub for him.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, that's pretty dope. Yeah. Pretty talented voice cast, wouldn't you say?
I would certainly say so. I'm definitely interested in playing. And I love the fact that this looks like a Kurosawa movie. So yeah, I definitely want to play this. It looks
Next
fun.
up, we got the announcement of a new update coming to Returnal called Returnal Ascension, which will include campaign co-op for the first time in the game, new story content from the looks of the cutscenes, as well as a survival mode in the shape of a tower. So that's really awesome. I'm happy for a lot of people. It sucks that they did announce there was going to be no sequel to the game at the moment, and they were working on something else currently in development. So that's really cool. I'm happy for fans of that. It comes out in just a couple weeks too, as is recording. So I mean, awesome. I still need to pick up the game because I really still want to try it out, even though it's a roguelike and I'm not a fan of those. So
the thing I was going to point out real quick, I noticed in the little bit of text where they were talking about like all the stuff that's included with this this Ascension stuff. One of them, they called the Tower Ascension mode the Tower of Sisyphus, because the bit that the main lady was saying the entire time that they were going over that was that just no matter how high I climb, it always starts over from the beginning again and again. It's like, I mean, considering that's kind of the entire point of the game, it makes a lot of sense that they'd call it the Tower of Sisyphus mode.
Yeah. Okay, so next up, we had 2 new Square Enix game announcements. The first one was the DioField Chronicle, which is spelled weird. No, it's not spelled weird.
And also that's a name right there. That's a hell of a name.
Yeah. The DioField Chronicle, new strategy. Sorry, I'm trying to find more information on it at the moment. See if anything new popped up for it. Like they do have who's working on the character designs of the game. Wow, I can tell you one thing. They got a couple of guys who worked on the Game of Thrones music working on the music for this game. And
sorry, say again, which one?
They have Ramin, apologies if I butcher his name, Ramin Djawadi and Brandon Campbell from Game of Thrones working on the music.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah, they already list the characters, the story, all that. But it is a new strategy RPG game coming out a bit later. And it has been confirmed for Switch as well. Yeah. The PlayStation coming to PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, and PC. And they're calling it, some people are calling it a very tactical RPG, looks similar to that of Fire Emblem. Which I can
I was gonna say granted, I was seeing plenty that reminded me of Final Fantasy Tactics, but I also did get some Fire Emblem vibes off that. So,
and then I guess their biggest announcement, which was that's not it. It was a new Valkyrie game. Which
I know, right?
Valkyrie. I forgot they say it specifically. Valkyrie Elysium.
Valkyrie Elysium was what they were calling this title, but the one that you're probably thinking of is Valkyrie Chronicles.
No, Valkyrie Profile.
Sorry, Valkyrie Profile. Yeah, that's the one.
They confirmed it is a sequel to the series.
Yeah, Valkyrie Chronicles, different company. Sorry.
It is taking a different, because I remember the original game was a bit more in the vein of like Project Cross Zone, I would say. It gave me more Project Cross Zone vibes of how you would combat things, kind of. Help me out, because I know I've seen the game before. You or a friend Jermaine was the one playing it a lot.
It was probably Jermaine then, because I don't have the original Valkyrie Profile.
Yeah,
it's one of those I always wanted to try out, but I never actually got a chance to.
Yeah, it's a brand new sequel to the game. It's coming out on the PlayStation. It's coming out on PlayStation and Windows PC sometime this year. A direct sequel. It's taking a new action role-playing approach compared to the other games. Now, I'm trying to see if anybody can say which number is this in the series. We need to look at list of Valkyrie games. List of Valkyrie games. Valkyrie Profile list of games. Here we go. Wikipedia. They're always reliable. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is only the 5th game coming to the series. This is the 5th title. The series originally started in 1999 in Japan. on the original PlayStation.
Yeah, because that's where I remember. That's where I remember Valkyrie Profile from.
The last game came out 3 years ago. It was called I hate saying this name. Valkyrie Anatomia, the origin. It was a phone mobile game. Before that, it was a Nintendo DS game. The last full Valkyrie Profile game anybody got was main console, not portable, was back in 2006. And that was Valkyrie Profile 2 Silmeria, which is, I think, the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, like PS2 title, I think it was.
Yeah, but it's technically the fifth game, only the fifth game in the series. So they're reviving another franchise, apparently. I guess the mobile game did good enough. But yeah, I think overall, the state of play was all right. I mean, there was honestly, one general surprise for me, and that was the TMNT collection coming out, because it's Konami doing the TMNT anything video game related. So consider me shocked, consider me astounded, if that's a word. That's not a word. Did you have any overall thoughts? I mean, what did you think of the state of play?
I mean, it was pretty good. I mean, I got to catch up on a lot of the stuff that I've pretty much missed out on the last couple of months. So that was good to find out some of this, and see some of the genuinely new stuff that maybe a lot of folks didn't know about. So
yes, spoiler alert.
So
if you ever get around to watching that last Nintendo Direct came out, prepare to have your mind blown. It's a really good Nintendo Direct, really good. Watch that Nintendo Direct and let me know your thoughts, because afterwards, because your mind is good. People are considering one of the best directs of all time, easily one of the best Nintendo Directs of all time, because it was a solid slate of stuff. But for state of play, meh. I guess not Dino Crisis Capcom game looks interesting. TMNT looks fun, but that's just a collection. For JoJo fans, they're getting a revival of a fighting game, not the one they've been wanting for a while now from Capcom, but it's something. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm happy for the fans, those few fans of the Valkyrie series. I know I'm gonna message our pal Jermaine about it, because I'm pretty sure he'll be excited by it.
Oh yeah, he'll be excited.
But other than that, folks, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button. If you want to talk to us more about stuff like this, comment down below. If you want to share us around, share it around. And if you like us a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about the state of play, hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon as well. I love how now your video quality is just right. I wish it was just right from the beginning onward.
I know, right?
Let us know what you guys thought of this state of play. What was your favorite announcement from this? What was your most unexpected thing you saw? What did you expect to see more of? We didn't talk about it, but there's no Final Fantasy 16 here. But, that's fine. There's apparently Square Enix is busy with a whole bunch of stuff, according to this. So put down in the comments below what you thought of our reaction overall. But most importantly, we thank you for watching. And Richard, where can they find you somewhere on the internet?
All right. Well, you can find me and my wife Mario over on Nerdy Chic Universe. We've got our own channel here on YouTube. We've got our own website at nerdyshiqueuniverse.com. Links will be down in the description below if you want to go check. Mario does a lot of makeup tutorials. We've done interviews with various voice actors, including some of the ones who are going to be showing up in some of these games. Definitely a few of the ones who are going to be showing up in the JoJo's game. Definitely. We've definitely talked to a few of those people. All kinds of other stuff. I mean, and we're branching into the Let's Play stuff. I've honestly still been trying to get my hands on all the equipment we need to actually properly edit all that stuff together and capture some of the footage. So keep an eye out for that. That will be coming to the channel eventually.
Cool. And of course, guys, if you want to try amp my Let's Play stuff, we do apologize. We have an update video for you guys. It's probably be out before this is here. Take a look at the update video. We a lot of some personal stuff has changed, shifted around, so our video releases are going to be a bit sluggish and a bit over the place for the next few weeks or a month or so. So you got to bear with us. Some stuff changed in our personal lives that we need to now work around more. But that update video will explain that pretty much, as well as our slate for what's coming for SRB Gaming, what's coming for some very interesting unboxing videos. One I did a couple of days ago with our friend Stellar Nan. as well as our upcoming slate of stuff to do for SRB TV, as well as SRB Gaming, both presentation form and both the Let's Plays, like we're still currently doing Tomb Raider 2, which you can still check out here on the channel. And also check out our previous State of Play reactions right here as well. But until next time, no, I'm Kristen.
I'm Richard from Nerdy Chic Universe.
And this has been a very video games come from Japan filled episode of SRB Gaming. See ya.
Later.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows,
check out one of the playlists down below.
and if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros,
as well as on Facebook.
at Super Reaction Bros.